You join me at Heathrow Airport, and today I'm flying to Barcelona. I'm flying on British Airways, but the flight is actually operated by Finnair. So that's going to be interesting, and I'm also going to be checking out a couple of the priority pass lounges that we have here at Heathrow Airport. I'm going to go to at least one of them. I might go to both, depends how busy they are, and depends if I get in at all, because sometimes people say that if the airport is too busy you get rejected or you have to wait in a queue. So we're going to see how that works and see if we can turn this economy flight experience into something a little bit more premium.
So I started my day here at Heathrow's Terminal 5, and straight away I could see two problems. One, the airport was pretty busy, and two, I had not weighed my bag, but I knew that my checked bag was going to be on the limit and my cabin bag was definitely going to be very heavy. I reckon about 20 kilos. I had a load of camera gear in there. The smart thing to do would probably have been to go to a person rather than a machine. They would have probably been a little bit more relaxed about it. But there was a bit of a queue, so I just opted for the machine, which told me my checked bag was 1.2 kilos over the limit. As it was only 1.2 kilos, I decided to just take some stuff out of the bag to get it through. The good thing about British Airways is, while they might weigh your checked bag, I've never seen them check the weight of a cabin bag. So as you can see here, my cabin bag is quite big and it does indeed weigh about 20 kilos. So after taking some weight off it, I could then check in my suitcase, which now was just under the 23 kilo limit. With the bag checked in, I headed through security to try and find the lounge.
I'm going to try the Plaza Premium Lounge first, see what happens, but it is very, very busy at this time.
And you can see here just how busy the terminal was on this day. It was a Wednesday afternoon, but for some reason it felt more like Christmas. Upon arriving at the Plaza Premium Lounge, there was a virtual queue in place, so I put my name on the list and I was advised that it would be about 30 minutes.
So I'm in the queue for the Plaza Premium Lounge now, but there are two lounges here that you can access with Priority Pass. So I'm heading over to the other one, which is the Club Aspire Lounge.
With the airport being so busy, I was really pleased to find out that there was no queue at all at the Club Aspire Lounge, and I walked straight in. Unsurprisingly, the lounge was really busy, and it looked at first like I was going to struggle to get somewhere to sit. But I had a little stroke of luck, and as soon as I got there, this lovely chair became available. I've only ever been here at breakfast before, so I was quite interested to see what the lunch selection was going to be. And we had this small selection of salads and then some hot dishes to choose from, with some lovely bread rolls as well. In terms of drinks, you've got the usual tea and coffee, two soft drink dispensers, some water, and then the bar, which you can have wine, beer or basic spirits included, or you can order some Prosecco and other things as well. The Prosecco was about £5 for a glass and £15 for a bottle, which I thought was quite reasonable. Obviously I went for the beer as it's included, and this was a Moretti, which was very nice. I think the only thing that's lacking here is probably a good selection of desserts. I mean, apples and a couple of biscuits is pretty poor, to be honest. After my beer, I had some hot food, followed by some cheese and biscuits, hummus and carrots. I washed this down with a nice glass of red, and what they had included without charge was the Tuma River Shiraz. Retails for about £10 a bottle, this one. Before I knew it, it was time to head over to the aircraft.
All things considered, the airport was mega busy. Managed to get in there in the end without any wait, and I found a pretty good seat straight away. So can't ask for much more than that. Had a few drinks, some nice warm food, and really it was, I think, more relaxing than what it would have been sitting in Wetherspoons, which would be the alternative.
So with the lounge done, I was now excited to head on over to the aircraft and see what this Finnair operated British Airways flight was going to be like. On first impressions, the crew seemed really friendly, but the cabin did look a little bit dated. It was a really busy flight, so imagine my amazement when I found out I actually had a spare seat next to me. In terms of it being Finnair or British Airways, the safety card was very much Finnair. Everything else, including the service, was as you would find it on any other short-haul British Airways flight. So you might be wondering, why exactly are Finnair operating this British Airways flight to Barcelona? Well, this is actually an agreement that's been in place for a few months now, and it's actually ending in March 2024. The crew that were on this flight, it was their last flight for British Airways at the moment. And as far as I understand it, basically Finnair had to find other uses for their aircraft following the invasion of Ukraine, because a lot of the routes that they did originally fly, they're now not able to do. And at the same time, British Airways are slightly short on aircraft, so they've been trying to lease aircraft and crew from other companies such as Finnair. After takeoff, as you would usually find on a British Airways short-haul economy flight, the crew came around with some snacks and a bottle of water. And I did mention that the crew were friendly. Once they found out that my girlfriend was cabin crew for BA, they kindly brought me over a glass of champagne. Even though it wasn't a plastic cup, it was very, very nice and a nice touch from the crew. I paid just £75 return for this flight from Heathrow to Barcelona in economy class with British Airways. I think when you consider that I took a large suitcase and a very heavy and bulky cabin bag, that is very good value compared to your classic budget airlines. Do subscribe if you want to see the flight back to London from this trip, where I visit the Miro Lounge in Barcelona, one of the best priority pass lounges in Europe.